Hello everyone! Welcome to the stream between XxNewson1234xX and Adonos. I believe this is going to be, well, it's going to be interesting in many ways. Newson, I think, is seed number 3 in qualifying round, so Adonos might have a bit of trouble just because of the difference between these two players. But I think that some things can still go right. So maybe Adonos could try to go something that Newson might be weak at. But that's the problem. When you're up against seed number 3, it's gonna be a bit difficult to find any sort of like ways to squeeze in a point or two. But typically when you're a lower seed, you usually have a decent rise ability, but struggle a little bit when it starts to reach the other skill sets. But for Adonos' case, it seems to be that they're around the 50s to 60s range when they were doing their qualifiers. So that's going to be interesting. So I'm really curious to see how this is gonna go. I think Adonos, looking at the qualifier statistics, it's just gonna be really hard to find an angle here. So Ado protects Rise Forward, which is fair. Typically, lower seeded players have a decent Rise ability, but will struggle on the Elens and Hybrids. And I'm okay with that hybrid ban. If Adonos isn't that confident in that, then I think that's the way to go. As for Newson, probably something that's chokeable in the technical department. But then again, I think Adonos would struggle in accuracy-wise there. Newson probably has more leeway in banning though, because I do think that Newson should be so much more comfortable. Hybrid to being the ban, I mean, again, in the long run, it doesn't really matter. Because I think Newson should be fine on the Rises, LNs, and the X's. I think this ban matters more to Adonos though. It could be good because there is a minus an Ellen hybrid pick. And I do think Adonos might have a slightly better chance on the Rise picks. So Rise 2. Maybe Newson wants the consistency. Wants to gamble consistency here. That's why I think Newson chooses this. 3 minutes and 16 seconds. That would typically need you to have a big amount of consistency here. So I like this pick because I think this gives a lot of chances for Adonos to drop any misses or two. The thing about this, again, I think Newson is one of the most consistent and accurate players when it comes to jump stream, especially with a comfortable BPM like this. And hey, Adonos is doing extremely well too. It's just that this is the kind of pick that I think Newson really does well on. It's very straightforward. It also really doesn't have too many choke points like those, but with the exception of those rolls. And patterns like that will definitely make Adonos shake quite a bit. This is overall a great pick from Newson. I think the reaction from Adonos already says a lot, given that Adonos seems to be nervous when this was chosen. And that consistency is going to be a factor because yeah, Newson just has the physicality. Yes, physicality matters because when you're having a chart like this, typically you want to have a lot of mental stamina and fortitude to be able to keep your consistency ahead. And Newson has that. This is like the comfortable BPM for Newson to just pop off and do extremely well. You might wonder why. Oh, but that's a miss from Newson. But the thing is, with these kinds of picks, he could just miss and his accuracy would just be way too much for Adonos to catch up to. And this is why I like this pick from Newson. Like, he probably knows that he has the accuracy advantage, so why not go for something like this? And it's a massive one at that too. So even though Newson missed here, it's not gonna matter. I did say that Newson is one of the most comfortable players, the most consistent players when it comes to these patterns. But that doesn't mean he isn't susceptible to those misses. Because either way, Newson's still acting this very comfortably. And as you can see in the unstable rate, it's not really going from far apart. Unlike Adonos, which has slightly been spread apart. And Newson just comfortably wins that. One miss, but that's not gonna matter. Newson will take this map. 1-0. Adonos now has to pick. I think it's going to be probably Rise 4, probably straight to his Protect immediately. Because in these kinds of situations, you want to try and get your first point because that's the most important part. Getting that first point is really vital to your motivation, I'd say. It's a bit interesting that Adonos is gonna go for an LN2 pick. I understand going for an LN pick because you do want to stray away from what's not working, if that makes sense. Like you want to see if something else could work. But Newson is a pretty good LN player. So I'm not too sure about that. Right, let's see. So my problem here is it's 2 minutes and 53 seconds. So this would require quite a bit of mental stamina as well. It's not like those picks where if you mess up once, it's pretty much over. The problem is Newson has the advantage in that regard. And not to mention, when you're a lower seed, you typically are worse on other skill sets compared to Rise. And it's kind of showing here. The accuracy that Adonos is holding is a lot lower than the previous pick. Sure, that one was 99.2, but at least that one had misses. This is a 99.0 full combo, and this is not a good sign if you're Adonos, because you ideally do not want to reveal your weaknesses too much. Because with this pick, Newson could just go for LN1 and steal another choice. There might not be any other options, sure. That miss from Adonos is not gonna help. Seems like Ellen Density is also in Newson's friendly zone. By friendly zone, very comfortable. To act very comfortable to full combo, Newson just has everything here. And this is gonna be scary for Adonos. So yeah, these trills with the Ellen Density is really difficult to hit if you're not careful. So far, other than that one miss from Adonos, this is actually not a bad performance at all. Just a bit difficult to keep up with Newson's accuracy, if that makes sense. I think it's kind of evident that the accuracy advantages is just a bit too big here. 997 in this kind of pick is insane. V1SS as well. The difference in ratio and 200 count is just... It's ginormous. It's a big lead, and this would have taken so many misses before that happens. Newson probably picks... I mean, Newson just has the liberty to pick anything. I think an EX pick would do the trick here, because Adonos seems to be falling behind. Yeah, LN1 makes sense after this.
いつか日記帳やめたように夢の宛先もないように曖昧にどうにかやってんだそれでいいじゃんごめんなさいで生きてきたのそうやって今日も生きてきたの終電を月さま眩しくて不意に伝う感情なんて
Like this pick, I like this pick after winning LN2. Going to LN1 was the logical decision.
いつか日記帳やめたように夢の宛先もないように曖昧にどうにかやってんだそれでいいじゃんごめんなさいで生きてきたのそうやって今日も生きてきたの終電を月さま眩しくて不意に伝う感情なんて
Those short LNs could be difficult to balance with those long ones. And not to mention, I see those sort of grace notes. This is going to be a bit of a challenge to accurately release and hit. But both players are on the 99 range, means they're very comfortable. Although Newson is significantly more on a comfortable side here. They're both holding a full combo, but their accuracy is just too big. Even if Newson drops here, it's not gonna matter. Both players still holding a full combo, but again, accuracy is just a bit too much. Honestly, the fact that Adonos is holding this is really impressive. Shouldn't be ashamed about this score. It's a really good 99. Still very solid. Newson may have a V1SS, but hey, Adonos also had a clean full combo. Both clean full combos, no bad judgments for either player. Still an impressive job from Adonos here, but yeah, Newson facing up against Newson is just a really tough task in general. I mean, Rise 3 is okay, but it's OD9. My only concern is this will be difficult for Adonos to act, which is going to be a problem because Newson has been consistent in that department. It is court jack, so I guess I could see why Adonos would choose this. Probably just to avoid the complex patterns that exist on other charts. So I understand why this was chosen. But at the same time, this is difficult to just consider just because of that OD. Having a high OD would mean that you're susceptible to 200s. And I think that's currently what's happening to Adonos here. In contrast though, Newson's ratio has been really consistent on here. So this is gonna be really difficult to catch up if you're Adonos here. Still clean full combos from both players. That's gonna do it. That's a 4's advantage. Both very good FCs, despite the 50 and the 100s here. This is still a really impressive full combo for Adonos. But that ratio of Newson, 3300s. Insane performance overall. Like I think Newson has only gotten 997s and above, other than the Rice one pick, just because Rice pick, I mean, just because of those misses. Or the one miss rather. This being a 2L chart, 2L, this means it's probably going to be technical in Allen's. And I can see that already. This is really difficult to act. This is actually a really good accuracy from Adonos. 99.5 is extremely hard to get. Newson is, of course, Newson having immaculate accuracy here. Oh man, this is getting really difficult. And with the unconventional timings, you're gonna be bound to get a few 200s too. This is gonna start to be really difficult. And now time's running out. Adonos may have dropped the accuracy, but still holding on to the 99. But wait, the ending has some feuds. Oh, please hold a 99. And there you go. Newson with another 987. These accuracies are so hard to top. Another V1SS. Adonos may have lost this 5-0, but definitely put up a fight here. The accuracy might have been behind, but the consistency is there. So honestly, as long as Adonos gets to fix that accuracy for the future rounds, I think he should be able to make a lot of impact still. Great performance for both players either way. You can't really discredit someone. Like, again, it's a 5-0 sure, but I know that Adonos will bounce back from this performance. There's definitely a lot still to look in a positive way. But for the meantime, Newson is going to be winning this match, winning 5-0. No problems with accuracy whatsoever, just so consistent from start to finish. What an impressive performance from Newson here. Like, that was very, very consistent. Well, that being said, we should have a match in a bit. I believe we're going to be moving to the main channel once again as they finish their match. I think it was a 5-3 to Car. I forgot the name. I apologize. That's a 5-3 on the other match, on the other channel. They also finished their match. Now we will be proceeding to the main channel. So can we see the schedule if that's possible? If not, it's fine. There we go. Yeah, there's going to be... I think that's... Okay, well, let's just say there's a next match soon, okay? I unfortunately am not aware who these players are. I think it should be Hoshitero and Spa again. So good luck to both of those players. I hope the best for them. Thanks so much everyone for having me, this lively Peninsular commentator. Thank you Epsilon for streaming and Anna for refereeing this match. Thanks so much everyone for coming to the stream and see you for the next match.